Hey, how's it going? Ron here. Just wanted to give you a little update on where things are right now. Okay, so Zach just finished mixing our newest song. It's called Virtue. We both feel like it's a milestone for the band. We're really happy with it. It's we'll see what you think. But so the idea is, I've talked to him about how we want to do music from this point. And what we're looking at is we want to make another album for sure. That's something that we both have committed to. And he's really busy with school, doing his marching band, doing his jazz band, getting ready to go back to classes, and just keeping up with his schoolwork, and doing stuff with friends and all that. And so we're still doing what we do, but I try to keep in mind that I don't want to push him so hard that it takes the fun out of it for him, and especially when he has other things that he wants to enjoy doing during this time. So I have talked him into doing another album, and the way that we kind of agreed upon it is we're going to give it until he graduates next year in 2022, June of 2022. So there's a bit of time between now and then, and we've been talking about releasing singles, and one of the things about doing singles, doing these songs at a time thing, is we're really learning we're not digging it. We like albums. We like presenting a whole album and saying this is the statement, the creative statement that we want to make. Singles can tend to give off an impression when you're just hitting people with, hey, this is what we're putting out. They'll hear it and they'll get an impression about the band that an album can kind of give you a clearer picture overall. Just for us, that's we realize we've kind of obsessed over this for a long time, and we know everybody else is doing it this way, and albums are a thing of the past, and it's all about singles, it's all about being on playlists now, and it's just this is what works for us. It's if it makes us less successful, if it makes it harder for us to come across, then so be it. We just feel that we really want to be true to what motivates us in terms of the way that we present ourselves in our music to the world. So we're going to do this one more single, and then we're going to not release singles. We never say never, but that's kind of the idea now, is that the next thing will be albums. But that said, that's a whole year and a half, something like that, a little less than a year and a half. And one of the things that he and I have already discussed is that I have two albums. They're older Widetrack albums, and they're shelved. I never put them out. One is from the time period of the second album, a little bit after it, and then the other one was a little bit before the third album. And I've kind of revisited that stuff recently, and it's done. And I think at the time I just didn't feel it was right to put it out. I don't know, for a lot of different reasons, but both of these things got shelved in favor of what ended up being the second album and what ended up being the third album. Now, as I go back and I go through all this stuff, it's like, okay, so what I think I'm going to do, these albums are done, they're just not mixed. So I've talked to Zach about having him do the mixes for these two albums, and there's things where I play bass on some of the stuff. I'll likely ask him to play the bass on this stuff. It just depends on how that all goes. But these albums are kind of going to be, I think we'll put at least one of them out in between now and the next album that Zach and I do. So there will be music, and I don't know, I'm kind of feeling weird about this, you know, that on one hand it's like, well, we're just about what's happening now. We want to present the stuff that Zach and I do together to the world first and foremost. But then on the other hand, it's like, well, we're going to be spending some time writing an album, and in the meantime, it's probably a good time to get this stuff out, because I do want to get it out. It's just kind of a clearing the back catalog, you know, getting it all out there. And I really think that both of these are really, I think you if you like the older stuff that we've done, the first 3 albums, you likely will like these. I played a few songs in the live acoustic thing that I've done here recently when I do Facebook Live, and a few of you have said that you really like the songs, so the full recorded versions of those songs will be included. You know, we've got some ideas. We've talked about some covers that we want to remake, like we did with Welcome to the Machine a few years back. And we've got some other ones that we got some really cool ideas for in terms of collaborating with other musicians. And we talked about a cover today that I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but we were both like, oh my God, I can't believe no one's redone this one, that we got to do it. And we're both really excited about that. So there very likely could be like an EP, or, you know, some singles in terms of cover songs like we did with Welcome to the Machine. So that's exciting as well. You know, but the idea of this is that once Zach graduates, we want to have all of this stuff kind of out and finished. Because I told him, you know, hey, when you graduate, depending on where you go to college, you know, it could severely cut into our time, what we do. And I want to leave the option up to him if he even wants to continue doing this, which I think he will. You know, he loves it. He's when we play this music, he really gets into it. But I don't want to tie him down. I want him to feel like he's not obligated to me in a way that limits what he decides to do after high school. So if everything's finished when he graduates, then he can kind of take stock of everything. And if he says, hey, you know what, let's continue with this, then great. Then we have a fresh start. We've got nothing on the plate to do, and it's just a whole clean beginning from that point. Or he can say, hey, I'm gonna go do some stuff here, and we will just kind of see where we are at that point. He's always going to be my son, and I'm always going to be his dad, so I'm sure on some level we'll always play music together. That's just kind of the way we roll, is like, you don't know what tomorrow will bring, so well, plans are good, and we have plans, as you can see, but there needs to be an element of flexibility built in to these plans. And, you know, the ability to keep one's options open. And so that's where we're at with everything. I'm especially excited about this next album, just based on the songs that we've been writing together so far. And it's been really cool since Zach joined the band in 2017, I believe, 2016, 2017. He was almost 13 at the time, and he has come such a long way. And he went from just being a bass player, you know, plucking away, to now he's writing all the guitar parts. And so initially, the way that we're writing now is, you know, I'll send Zach drum beat ideas and stuff like that, and it remains to be seen if he uses any of them. I've sent him quite a few, and he's like, I'm not feeling anything from this. But here, check this guitar thing out. I'll be like, yeah, that's what we should work out. But you never know. And so, but as it's been so far, it's just him sending me his guitar stuff, and then we both kind of arrange it. I'll put drum parts to it and vocals and lyrics. And so it is a team effort, but he is definitely kind of steering the ship at this point. And it's really exciting to me because it surprises me. I don't know what he's going to be sending my way, and the way that my creativity reacts to that, as opposed to, hey, I wrote this music, now let me put vocals and drums to it. It's more predictable to me that way. I feel this way, working with Zach, like we are now, pushes me so much more to be a better musician, and is, the pleasant surprises that come up more frequently from that method. If these first 4 songs are any indication, this next album that we do could really be just very satisfying for all involved, including you, hopefully. So, hope you're doing great. Appreciate all the support. Sorry we've been kind of quiet here lately. Just a lot of this and that going on. You know how it is. But we'll be in touch, and hopefully we'll do some kind of live thing soon. I kind of feel it's time to do that, and we've been practicing like crazy. We do have that going on. We've got our live set down pretty good, so maybe we'll try and do some of that for you soon. We'll see what he thinks about it. I guess I got to run all that by him too. So anyhow, stay cool, and we'll talk to you soon.